And it's also important that when you get back from your tournaments, make sure that you take care of the loved ones in your family, because you've been on the road for a long time. Make sure you get your wife a bouquet of flowers. How you guys doing? This is Spencer Clark, part of the pro team at KastKing, and just want to give you guys 5 quick tips when it comes to tournament fishing. Tip number 1 would be to make sure that you take the time to go through your boat and make sure that all your equipment is working prior to your turn. Make sure that your trolling motor is working, your live oil pumps are working, and make sure that you get your outboard service. That way it'll give you the peace of mind when it comes to tournament fishing to know that you've done everything possible to ensure that all your equipment's going to be ready to go. Tip number 2 would be that throughout the course of the day, make sure that you're checking your line for any kinds of abrasions or nicks. A lot of times, guys will break off on a big fish, and usually the reason why is because they had a little nick in their line from when they pulled their jig or their spinnerbait over a laydown or a piece of cover. They didn't realize it. They go to set the hook and they lose that big fish, which is what's going to help you move up the leaderboard. So make sure you take that time to run your fingers throughout your line here like I do throughout the course of the day and retie. It only takes like 20 seconds, but it could mean the difference between you winning and losing the tournament. Tip number 3 would be, along with your line, make sure that you check out your hooks. A lot of times, guys will be fishing throughout the day and you'll be throwing your lures in the cover, bouncing them off rocks. Sometimes you skip them off a dock, and every time you hit stuff like that, a lot of times your hook points get a little bit dull. So what I like to do is check my hooks throughout the course of the day to ensure that I'm always fishing with super sticky sharp hooks. That way, when I get a fish, I know that I'm going to have the best hook possible in order to catch that fish. So, make sure you do this when it comes to your plastics, your crankbaits. Throughout the day, I routinely change my hooks on my crankbaits. And so that just ensures that I'm putting the odds in my favor that when I get that bite, I'll get that fish in the boat. Tip number 4 that I would have for you guys is to make sure that you always carry a spare for your trailer. I've seen some posts lately on social media where guys are going down the road and they get a flat tire and they don't even have a spare ready to go. So if you don't carry a spare and you have some troubles, you won't end up getting to your tournament. So always make sure that you got that spare and it's ready to go and it's got air in it. Tip number 5 would be, as a tournament fisherman, we spend a lot of time away from home. And it's also important that when you get back from your tournaments, make sure that you take care of the loved ones in your family, because you've been on the road for a long time. Make sure you get your wife a bouquet of flowers or take her out for some nice food. And you know what they say, happy wife, happy life. So those are 5 quick tips that I think are going to help you when it comes to tournament fishing, and I hope you guys catch more fish and get out there and experience the outdoors and have a good time. Until next time, guys, you take it easy.